Everybody, Steve Lucian here. So I have been putting this off for a long time now. I have a video that I'm going to show you today that really hurts my pride. It hurts my ego. And I think that's not necessarily a bad thing, especially for a tech diver. I think we need to be more open and willing to talk about our shortcomings, our failures, our near misses, our mistakes. And I think if we'll do that, I believe it's going to help somebody else. So the reason I'm going to be reacting to a video that I recorded of myself messing up is because I really think it's going to help somebody else. I hope it does. If it helps one person, it's worth it. In this video, you're going to see I'm doing a fun dive at a quarry. Bottom temperatures are in the 40s. We were going to go to about 138 feet that day, 136 feet at the bottom of this particular quarry in Ohio. And at 112, 113 feet, all hell breaks loose. I had a free flow, which there was a cascade of mistakes that happened as soon as the free flow happened. But the problem didn't start the moment that all hell broke loose. The problem actually started prior to that, which I'll get into. So without further ado, let's get started in this video. You're going to see me descending. It is odd watching this video again. I honestly have not seen it in over a year. I recorded this probably close to 3 years ago. I just got certified as a tech diver. Kind of arrogant and cocky, thinking I was all that in a bag of chips, which I was not. Again, I know I'm going to get flack from the community for this, and that's okay. Keep it coming. At this time, folks, I had over 800 dives under my belt. I definitely knew better. There were multiple mistakes that were made, one of which was changing my configuration. But even then, that wasn't a mistake as much as my reaction to that. I didn't do anything I should have done to save my life. I relied on my dive buddy, who was a rebreather diver, diving in a different configuration than I was, which was, I should not have put him through that because I was not prepared myself. You'll see we're at about 85 feet here. Everything seems to be going swimmingly, no issues yet. I'm about a minute 45 into my dive. You're going to see everything kind of goes bad here at about 112 feet. Here it comes. I'm about to have a massive free flow, and it's going to blow the regulator out of my mouth. Here we go. So now you'll hear it still going, but now it's behind my head. I go to reach for it. I can't find it because I'm panicking. On top of that, I go to reach for my secondary regulator, which is supposed to be on a lanyard right here, and it's down here lower because I've changed my lanyard. And I immediately think I didn't put it around my neck. I could have done an easy swoop and found it. I didn't do that. I panicked. I should have been doing a shut-off at this point on my primary, and I didn't do that because my regulator wasn't in my mouth. You'll hear me struggling to breathe if you want to listen, because I'm not breathing. At this point, my dive buddy is giving me his regulator, but the air's off. Now I'm trying to tell him his air's off. And at this point, I'm filming my own death is what it's going to be. And I remember looking at his face and thinking, this is the mug I'm going to be looking at before I die. This was a very close call moment for me. Very, very scary. It's hard to watch, folks. You'll hear me. I'm scared. It's hard to watch. At this point, I finally get a little air when I'm blacking out. And I breach the surface. And that's the end of that. So why am I talking about this today? Why am I embarrassing myself? Because lately, amongst a couple guys I've been talking to, we've been talking about showing the reality of training, the mistakes, being able to talk about your shortcomings and failures. And that's something I've been holding on to for a couple years. It can happen to anyone, and I just want other people to learn complacency kills. There were so many things I could have done. I could have just simply grabbed the regulator, put it in my mouth, and was breathing from it. I should have done my shutoffs. I could have stopped that free flow from happening. I could have put my secondary in my mouth, and I could have actually come up to the surface calm and peaceful, and I didn't do any of that. I did not come up fast. You see that in the video, but I ended up holding my breath for way over a minute, blowing bubbles as I came up. And I was blacking out. I could have died in a quarry. A deep quarry, but a quarry. Needless to say, after that dive, I got back in the water and I did valve drills. I made sure that I was ready. And it was interesting because a month later, free flow happened. The same thing happened. This time it was at a much deeper depth. And I was able to gain control. I was able to do the shutoff and finish the dive safely. So I learned from my mistake. I hope other people can learn from my mistake. And feel free to tear me a new one, folks. I deserved it on that dive. That was a mess up of epic proportions. I'm happy to be alive. And that's all I have to say about that. Be safe. Don't get complacent. Practice, practice, practice.